Welcome back to another episode of Unpolished and Pursuing. I'm Alexis, and today's episode is another really personal episode. At my new job, I've noticed something about how my coworkers treat me. On one hand, they're kind, they're gentle, they look out for me in ways that sometimes feel comforting, like I'm being handled with care. I love that. But on the other hand, I can't help but feel a little offended, like I'm being judged as fragile. And there has been comments that has made me thought that. Almost as if I'm a lamb. A little lamb that might cry if someone spoke too harshly or something. Weird analogy, but I'm just saying. And as much as I love being seen as a woman of faith or a good Christian, I don't want that to mean that I'm treated like I'm disabled or like I'm a toddler or someone who can't stand on her own. I have to admit, the way they perceive me isn't completely inaccurate. Like, I am a soft soul in some ways. I do carry myself with grace. And as a newly converted Christian, that's very intentional. I want people to see my light. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." So that's me. But here's the tension. My coworkers don't know my backstory. They don't know the struggles I've overcome. They don't know the strength it's taken to be a single mom, co-parenting with my child's father, to start over, to work, to study, and to still choose faith. If they did, maybe they'd see me differently. What bothers me is not the kindness itself, it's the imbalance. Respect shouldn't only be shown in like whispers or babying tones. Not that they normally use babying tones, but that's what it feels like. Respect should also look like recognizing my capability, my intelligence, and my resilience. Scripture does talk about gentleness. Philippians chapter 4, verse 5 says, "Let your gentleness be evident to all." But scripture also shows us strength. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 25 says, "She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future." That's me, sweetheart. So yes, I am a lamb in the Lord's pasture, but I'm also a lioness when it comes to protecting my child and pursuing my dreams and walking in the calling that God placed me. Both are true and both deserve respect. Another layer to this is my own discomfort. It's hard to talk about, but sometimes the way that they treat me feels almost like how people say a queen should be treated. Delicately, protected, maybe even admired. I love that. But I don't always know how to sit with that. So part of me wonders if I'm resisting that treatment because I equate it with weakness. The scripture also says in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7 that women are to be treated with honor as heirs with view of the gracious gift of life. So maybe what I'm interpreting as babying is in their eyes honor. Still, honor without equality can feel hollow. If you honor me but don't respect me as capable, then it's incomplete. And that's where I find myself wrestling. I want to be clear, like, I don't despise kindness. I don't despise gentleness, but I don't want my softness as a Christian woman to erase my strength. I want to be respected equally, not just as a woman, not just as a Christian, but as a person who has lived, fought, grown, and endured. And I believe that respect and honor can coexist. I don't have to pick between being treated gently and being respected as strong. Jesus himself embodied both. He was meek enough to wash the disciples' feet, yet strong enough to flip tables in the temple. Okay? That balance is the model I want to follow. So maybe the lesson for me in this season is this. I don't need to become abrasive to be respected. And I don't need to become hardened to prove I'm strong. I can remain soft, I can embrace gentleness, and still stand firm that I deserve equal respect. So if you're navigating a similar tension, being honored but not fully respected, remember, your softness is not weakness, and your strength doesn't cancel out your grace. Both belong to you, and both reflect the image of God. So that's all for today. Until next time, remember, we are unpolished, but we are still pursuing.